Something in the House of Commons stinks of corruption. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah!
Well, well, well. It looks like the House of Commons, when they're not busy saluting Nazis and making every ethics violation possible, and we're going to get into that, they've appointed a new House Speaker. And is it any surprise to anybody that this new House Speaker is a liberal? Now, there was rumors circulating around for a while that Elizabeth May was going to be nominated as the speaker. Of course, she'd be doing shots of Jack Daniels while sitting up at the podium. But it turns out today that the Liberals have once again appointed another liberal Speaker of the House. Now, of course, they've done this as a diversity hire. And there's a little bit of a problem. And there's something, as I said at the beginning of this video, that stinks of corruption and it's ethics violations. So let's get into that right away because this diversity hire is no coincidence. Here we go. Now, Greg Fergus, the new House Speaker, and of course we can see Anita Anand tweeting out here. Greg Fergus, hearty congratulations on being elected as the new Speaker of the House. I may be losing you as Parliamentary Secretary, but Canada is gaining the first ever black speaker. You are a role model to so many, and I am thrilled to see you take on this role. Of course, we see all the snakes hugging each other, clapping and applause. I mean, at least they're not applauding a Nazi this time, but he's pretty close. All these joyous, joyous hugs going on, knowing that, hey, guess what, guys? We get to keep running our three-ring circus in Canada, and nobody's going to question what we're doing. Of course, Justin Trudeau wasting no time as Greg Fergus sits down. We see in this video Greg Fergus Trudeau, of course, making it known with a nice little wink to his new House Speaker that, hey, we're going to pass whatever you need me to, right? Here it comes. Watch it here. Oh, there's his little wink. Hey, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Why don't you make some more corrupt decisions for the Liberals? So we can throw you under a bus. All I can say is that I hope Greg Fergus has some nice padded armor for when Justin Trudeau throws him under the bus next. Now, the reason I say something stinks in the House of Commons is this hire. While you can see here from Anita that, oh, he's a black speaker and he's a role model. Of course, pandering, it's not just a diversity hire at this point. It's, hey, look, we've got a person of color and the first ever person of color sitting behind Speaker of the House. I'm going to make something crystal clear right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what the skin color is of the Speaker of the House. What I care about is, are they going to be nonpartisan and are they going to do their job accordingly when it comes to upholding Canada's laws? Now, the reason that I smear at black Speaker of the House and you're a role model, well, back in February, I don't know if you remember, MP Greg Fergus becomes the latest Liberal caught in violating ethics rules. So a man who violates ethics rules, the only Speaker of the House, not only is he the only black Speaker of the House, he's the only Speaker of the House to ever have been caught violating ethics rules. And I want to quickly go into what went down. Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner is recommending that all federal ministers and parliamentary secretaries back in February report to his office for training after MP Greg Fergus became the latest high-profile Liberal to violate the Conflict of Interest Act. Offers to provide training and educational sessions on a variety of topics have been offered to all federal parties and to regulatees. Yet we continue to see a succession of mistakes that are largely attributable to the inability to recognize the need to seek consultation, Commissioner Mario Dion said Tuesday. I therefore recommend that our government consider mandating all ministers and parliamentary secretaries to receive training from the office. Dion made the remarks in his ruling against Fergus, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's parliamentary secretary. Fergus was found to have violated the act by writing a letter of support for a television channel's application to the CRTC for mandatory carriage. Under parliamentary rules, MPs can write letters to support to the CRTC in support of an application, but parliamentary secretaries and cabinet ministers cannot. Ministers and parliamentary secretaries are subject to both the Conflict of Interest Code for members of the House of Commons in their roles as parliamentarians and to the Conflict of Interest Act as their role of government officials, Dion said. That is because they wield more influence than backbench MPs. Now, why would Fargus want to Fergus? I guess I keep saying Fargus. Why would Greg Fergus want to have any kind of influence over the CRTC? Well, if you watch this morning's video, and I highly recommend you do, and I'm sure you've seen other videos making their rounds, well, the CRTC is currently asking that all online streaming platforms register with the government by the end of November. That if you make $10 million or more, you're subject to having your subscribers list given to the Canadian government, whether you're Canadian, American. If you're part of those platforms and you broadcast within the, I guess you could say, the confines of Canada, you're to give them your information. And this is not the final ruling on the what you could call the Internet Privacy Act. This is going to be a bloodbath in terms of what they're going to do to censor people from talking about the government. Now, when you have a man like this sitting behind the bench at the House of Commons, I just see a lot of margin for the Liberal government to push what they want and what they want to sell. I see a lot of bias coming towards the Conservatives, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens as time goes on. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you what you think of Greg Fergus being the new Speaker of the House. Do you think it's a violation of our laws in order to have somebody who's been committed of ethics rules violations becoming Speaker of the House? Do we? I personally believe there should be rules against that. That should disqualify anybody immediately from holding that position. This is another position of power being given to a Liberal that really has demonstrated that they have no regard for basic laws of how to conduct themselves within the House of Commons. Let me know what you guys think down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription, as we're very quickly building up our small fringe minority to a fringe majority here on the channel. As we approach 10,000 subscribers, I'd really like to hit that by the end of October. So if you're still not subscribed to this channel, hit that button. While you're at it, turn on your bell for notifications and join us every Sunday live at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time here on the channel, where we do the weekly wrap and go over everything that's happened throughout the week, everything going on in the next week, and nice chance to do Q&A with my viewers and get to know them outside of making videos. It's always a good time. I hope to see you guys there. Just a reminder that this Sunday there will be no stream because of Thanksgiving, but I will resume streams Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one.